Hello, Libra Sun, Gemini Rising. My name is Tanya, and I'm going to be doing a year ahead reading for you. Now, I'm doing yours later than I planned on, so this for you is going to be for December through November. So let's see what the cards have for you. Oh, yes. And some things to note. With a Gemini Rising, you may appear as someone who's very talkative, who may even like to argue both sides of an argument or take the opposite side just to be contrary. Mercury rules your chart. So that means you are big on communication, or you're very good at communication, or both, or all the above. This also means that your sun is most likely in the 5th house, which is the house of pleasure, of hobbies, of things that bring you joy. And with a Libra there, your creativity, or you may work best with someone else, having a counterpart there. You may also like things that are balanced, or you try to bring things back into balance. That may be like a hobby of yours in some way. I can't think of an obvious one, but it may be reflected in, games. Games could be something you're into too. But it could also be reflected in your art or in how you decorate, where you like to have things balanced. You prefer the even numbers over the odd numbers sort of thing. Possibly. Again, it's going to depend on a lot of other placements in your chart too, but generically, if your sun is in the 5th house, that might be some of your characteristics. Okay, let's see what the next year has in store for you. This is going to be 12 cards, 1 card per month. And then I'll also pull a card from the bottom of the deck to see as a either additional message or an overall theme for the year or some particular area of focus. So let's see what the cards have for my Libra Sun, Gemini Rising viewers. Here we go. So I said December through November. So this is going to be December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and November. I'll pull from the bottom of the deck and see what we have here. Well, for your overall card, what's coming up immediately is like a new beginning, some new venture, something that feels fresh to you, something you haven't experienced before, but you're all in on it. You're willing to go for it. So it could be a year where there's a lot of new experiences, or this is something, some big major change in your life where you're embarking on a new journey, a new place to live, something big that impacts your overall life. So you may already know what this is that's coming up for you over this next year, but let's see what else we can learn here. I'll set that there for now. So starting out here in December, sorry, I'm bringing the mic in just a moment. Here in December, we have the 4 of Wands. Actually, let me just take an overall look here too. It looks to me, so because there's 3 4s in here, to me it looks like there's a lot of, the focus might be on stability or foundations. Foundations, okay. The 4 of Wands, so again, like I said, 4s are about stability. Think 4 legs of a table, 4 legs of a chair. Things that keep you firmly connected or stable. And the 4 of Wands, Wands are a fire element. They're about passion, action, movement. Think of the flames of a fire. They're always moving, right? They're always active, and they can spread quickly too. So it can be infectious, it can be contagious, energy wise. The Four of Wands is about celebrating, about a big accomplishment, about friends and family coming together to celebrate a big accomplishment. This could be things like a wedding, it could be a party, it could be a celebrating the purchase of a home, it could be celebrating a graduation, it could be celebrating a new job or a promotion, but it's a big celebration. Now, given this is December, this could just be a month where you're getting together with friends and family more than maybe you have in the past few years and having a good time. There's much joy there. It's effervescent energy. And those noises you hear in the background are my dog Izzy. I apologize, but apparently she likes to wake up during readings. So she is just getting some energy out. Now let's move on here to January with another four, this time the Four of Pentacles. And pentacles are an earth element, and it's about our material things, about money, about your home, the physical things, things that you can touch and feel, and in some cases what you do in order to acquire those things, to earn your abundance. In this case, she's holding on to her purse. That's what I'm looking at mostly, or what I'm drawn to. So she is probably saving her money, or maybe being more conservative in the month of January with her finances. Okay, I will be right back. Finances. Okay, sorry about that. Finances, money here in January. So it could be that you overspent maybe for gifts this year, or for the events and the celebrations that happened in December. It could also be that you have a plan, or you put in place a plan to save money for a particular thing, for a future splurge. So this could be the month where you start like setting aside money for a very specific thing that you want, a specific goal that you have for this year. That could also be what some of you are doing here in January. But January, is going to be focused more on your finances, either to save some money, pay off some bills, or in some other way to start saving for a specific goal. I see her looking back, kind of, in a way, like she's giving the side eye to that village in the background. So this might very well be a trip that some of you are planning, maybe back to a homeland, or someplace from that you used to live or have always wanted to visit, but it's a town specific. It's not a beach vacation. It's more about the place and the people. Seeing the people. That's it. Which would make sense with where your sun is too. And then in February, we have the World card. This is the final card in the Major Arcana, where the Fool is the very first, card 0. So that's the very beginning of the journey. That is the entity, the person, the spirit that is moving along and visiting and stopping at each of the Major Arcana cards. By the time you get to the World, you have gone through a whole bunch of different experiences. It's the completion of one journey so that you can start a new one, where you take everything you have learned so far, everything you have earned so far, and leave one place or leave one area of knowledge, specific subject, so that you can start something new. You take what you have and move on to something new. Why does that keep coming up like that? You may know what this is exactly, and perhaps that's what you're saving for here, is because you're getting ready to make a move. So I would say if, for example, you are a contract worker or consultant, independent consultant, this would be like the end of one engagement where you picked up some new skills maybe, and now you're ready to move on to a new engagement where you can really flex those new skills. That kind of shift is what we have going on here in February for you. Okay. And then into March. March, we have the Queen of Cups. Cups are about our emotions, our intuition. And the Queen is very nurturing, very loving, and she does not let her emotions control her. She has mastered that. Now, it's not, she does not suppress them. She lets them run free, but she does not let them stampede and take off beyond her control, right? She knows what they all mean, like what her triggers are. She has figured all of that out so that she no longer has those, or she no longer reacts when the things that are her triggers come up. Instead, she can acknowledge them and respond and recognize why she's feeling the way that she's feeling. So this month feels a lot like you coming to terms or reaching that level of maturity, at least in one specific areas of life, that internal self-discovery. A lot of that is what I'm feeling for you here in March, where you're just becoming really wise in some specific area as far as it comes to your emotions and recognizing how you can manage that, how you can master that so it no longer controls you. I love that. Yes, that's what's coming through for March. Okay. Moving on to April with the Seven of Swords. Swords are about our thoughts, our ideas, intellect, knowledge, communication. And with Mercury as your chart ruler, this may be some area where you either have struggled or that you've mastered, at least in some part. The Seven of Swords, though, is usually about, a lot of people would say it's theft, but it would be theft of ideas, not physical things. It could also be someone who feels like they're getting away with something, or that feels guilty for leaving some things behind because they can't take everything with them. They have to pick only one or two things. In this case, he only has 2 of the feathers in his backpack, and there's more that he has to leave behind. So you're leaving behind some old ideas or thoughts on how you should be behaving, maybe what society you bought into, that society says you should be doing. You're leaving some of that behind so that you can find what works for you. And again, this is around on some thoughts or ideas you had at one time, or that you were when you were part of a pack or a certain group, possibly back here, that you've now moved on from. You're recognizing that you do not have to keep or hold on to those ideas, those ways of believing anymore. You can take what works for you and leave the rest behind. But there is still that sense of the feelings in there. Logically, you know you can leave those behind, but there still may be some lingering, like guilty feelings. Good old Catholic guilt, right? Where you feel like you should be taking all of it, or you should be leaving it all behind. Like you think it should be you think it should be an all or nothing thing, and that's not the case. You can keep the things that worked for you and leave behind the things that did not. It is okay to take the positives out of it, to recognize the things that do work for you, that you can carry forward with you and put into positive action forward. So March, is that where we're at, right? December, January, February, April. April is where you may be struggling a little bit mentally with what do you let go of, and being okay with letting go of that. So there may be that mental struggle a little bit in April for you, but you do move on. You do recognize that the old thoughts, the old beliefs, the things that no longer apply to you are not something you have to keep carrying with you as you move forward. And then here into May, we have the Five of Pentacles. So fives can be about challenges, conflicts, these little bumps in the road along the way. And Pentacles, again, were about money or work or material things that you can touch and feel. And this card, this is someone who feels like they're all alone, that there's no one who can help them. They may be feeling financially constrained or lacking in some way or some area of their life. And they're feeling a little despondent about that. The challenge here is to recognize that all you need to do is ask for help and or accept help. Because all this person needs to do, instead of just wallowing in the self-pity here, they have a key, they can open the door, and they can ask for help. Or they can let themselves out. It's not as serious as they've made it up to be in their head. There is a way out. There is a solution. So I think the thing here for May is don't let yourself get in this state of wallowing in the self-pity. Look for the solutions. Look for the helpers in May. Look for the helpers. Be aware of this, that you could have the possibility of slipping into this. This could be an old behavior that's still hanging on. And you can overcome that. So do it. And then we come to another 5 in June. More conflict, more challenge. This time around wands. Again, that fire element. The active, physical, fiery, passionate, bold. This could be a competition, actually. So all these people are climbing or trying to get to the top and grab the fire. Grab that passion. Go after the passion. Go after the dream. Find the spark. What's coming forward here? There's going to be a lot of people who try to hold you back in June, who try to keep you down at their level. You need to push past that. You need to chase your dream. You need to keep pushing for it and not give up. Don't give up in June. Keep pushing forward in spite of what people are saying. Find the energy, because it will be there. Find the energy to push through and fight for what you want and keep chasing that dream. Push through in June. In July, you have another 4 here. This time it's cups, so it has to do with emotions. And you may be feeling a little bit apathetic in July. Perhaps because you did push through to reach for something, but maybe it wasn't exactly what you thought it would be. Or you're just not. You could be exhausted too, emotionally drained from that competition. But you're not seeing, so you may be focused so much on what you know, what you're convinced of, that you're not seeing or feeling the other opportunities are out there. So she's focused over here in this direction. She's not looking over here where someone is offering her the world, essentially. Magic. She's not trusting her intuition, is what I'm getting for you. So in July, the focus is going to be on your emotions, and you may be at just a low energy level. And you might want to look for support or friends or something like that month. Like, go out. If someone says, let's go out, go out. Accept the offer to be with people, to hang out with friends. Don't turn away from them. Don't just focus on what's at home or staying inside. This is what I'm getting for you for July. Get out. Get out of the house. Spend time with friends. Make those emotional connections. That's going to help raise your vibe up and keep your energy up more. If you do that, then we're coming into August, where we have the Sun, another major arcana card. This is a card of joy. Of joy, Libra. This is success. It is celebrating your life, your feelings, your emotions. Everything is beautiful, successful, and joyous in August. So you do push through this tough time, these times of self-doubts and questioning what you're doing. If you can keep pushing through it, then you reach this joy, joyous success here in August. Feeling freedom. Feeling your energy really raise up again. Filling your cup. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah. No. And get outside. You want to make sure you're getting outside, feeling that sun on your skin literally in August. Get that vitamin D in. So out of this joyous, now we're coming from August into September with the Seven of Cups. So we've gone here from not seeing these other opportunities, from ignoring some options that you have, to having a plethora of options. So many choices, so many things opening up to you. It may be hard to make a choice because there are so many. This wants you to make sure that you are really in touch with those emotions. Go back to this month and how you're feeling and what made sense to you for connecting to your emotions here in February. No, March. Sorry. March. And use that here. Because this is saying, yes, you have so many options open to you. None of them are the wrong option. They're all good options. You need to trust your own intuition here and really dive deep into your emotions and trust your emotions when you're making this decision. What feels the most right for you at that time when you're making this choice? It's a good problem to have, but it can be a little stressful. Just go with your heart. And now we have October with the High Priestess. Really, really getting in touch with that intuition. Meditation, prayer, connecting to the collective, to the universe, to God, to the angels, to the earth too. Really feeling those connections, those soul connections. But from an internal perspective. And really maybe even experimenting a bit with your intuition, recognizing how yours works and what works best for you when you're using your intuition. So a lot of experimentation and growing trust and belief in what you are capable of what you understand about yourself in October. And in November with the Three of Pentacles, threes are about community. The Three of Pentacles in particular is a team of people working together to create something, each of them with their own unique set of skills. But all together they can make something truly beautiful and wonderful. So this means joining a team, possibly at work. It could be a new team, or becoming part of a specialized group within your place of work, or even in your community. It could be volunteer work, or it could be a little club. For some of you, this feels like a club or a guild, like a quilt guild or something like that. But a place or a team of people where you're working together happily, and it's really playing off of each other and creating something really beautiful, really helpful, really important for the people that will be receiving it. It's something that you're really going to enjoy doing too. A beautiful community project. Right up your alley if your sun is in the 5th house, actually. So it's going to bring you joy. It's going to be with people. It'll be bringing you pleasure. It's a way for you to give back too. It feels like for some of you, it's a way for you to give back, which is really important to you. I like that for you, Libra. So a new journey, a new evolution, gaining confidence, it feels like here. Really getting in touch with your emotions and your intuition over this year, trusting it when you're down, when your energy is lower, and bringing yourself through that. Asking for the help, accepting the help, being willing to accept the help from others and to bring your focus outside of yourself in a way to look for opportunities to bring yourself up more. Which leads to here, the ultimate goal, it feels like for you for this year, is to use what you've learned and your skills in order to give back. Okay. That is what I have for you, Libra Sun, Gemini Rising. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button and please subscribe and help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll talk to you later.